Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. I wish you all the best for 2024. Today's video, I want to share with you my top picks for 2024 with plants that for me, I strongly recommend you plant them in your garden. Alright, so let's get started with my picks for 2024. This is the hardy hibiscus. You can get them from different companies, but I have a lot in my garden from proven winners. I think this one is the Holy Grail, but this is what it looks like in the winter, and I'll put pictures on the screen for you with how it looks like when it's blooming in the summer. Hardy hibiscus survives zones 4 through 9, and these grow wide and tall, at least 5 feet wide and 5 feet tall. So if you plant these, make sure you give them enough spacing in your garden, and I actually think they get bigger, and I'll go over to the front with you and show the one to you. But what I do here, so in fall the leaves drop, the flowers die, and they bloom all the way into fall, and it dies back, and I leave this alone as winter interest. Right, here you go. You want some winter interest in your garden, so that is what winter interest looks like. So come spring, I go all the way down here, all the way down. You see old cuts right in there, and I cut it all the way to the ground, and the new growth emerges. So nothing's gonna happen in these, okay? It blooms a new wood, so these are just gonna go away. And I cut all the way down in here, and the new growth emerges from the ground, and these are one of the last flower to emerge in the spring. So if you're thinking, oh, did my hardy hibiscus died? It did not. It's just that they're one of the last to emerge, and I have a handful of them in the garden. And let me take you over here. I think this was one of the first one I planted. Look how huge this is. Just take a look at that. And it's beautiful, but I think I'm gonna have some changes to my garden in spring. I think I'm gonna move it. I really think so, because it spreads out, and I really don't have enough space to put other flowers around it because it's massive. So I'm gonna give it a space where it can shine, and I don't have to worry about it taking away the spotlight from other plants I have next to it. But look how beautiful it is. Look at the winter interest on here. Absolutely gorgeous. And then that's a must. And then I have another one over here too. So if you're looking for beautiful shrubs that give you color, I definitely recommend hardy hibiscus, good from zones 4 and up. And then this one is a rose mallow right here. As I said to you before, I have a lot in the garden. I have a video, or maybe a few videos I've done on them, so I can link that for you down below. And let me go around here and show you another one. And right here's another one. Do you see that? So it gives you good winter interest. And here I have, this one was my latest purchase in the summer. I'll put a picture on the screen for you, but I think the one in the front, I'm gonna bring it here. And I have plans for the garden come spring, so I think I'm gonna put it here where it can actually spread out, and I don't have to worry about it taking the spotlight from the other plants around it, because as I said, they're massive, they get huge, and the blooms are the size of a dinner plate. Okay, so they're definitely a must. So I'm in the front now. This is the pollinator garden bed, and my next pick for you to put in your garden for 2024 is coneflower. They come in all different colors, absolutely gorgeous, and they're perfect for the pollinators, the bees, the butterfly, the hummingbirds. They all love the coneflower, and I love that they come in different texture and colors. And I'll put a live screenshot in here for you so you can actually see what it looks like. And in the winter, not only that, it gives your garden winter interest. So this is what winter interest looks like, right? But do you see, these are the seed heads. The birds, this is their food source in the winter. So if you have echinacea or coneflower, or you're thinking of putting this in your garden and it's your first time with it in the fall season, don't cut them back. Leave them alone, so that way you can provide food for the birds in the winter. But they're absolutely gorgeous, and they come in all different colors. All right, so that's my next pick for 2024. Let me know down in the comment box below if you have any of these plants in your garden, or what are your choices. What plant will you plant again for 2024 garden season? All right, and coming over to the flamingo garden bed, this is what the Supertunia vista bubblegum looks like. It should not survive my zone. They're only hardy in the warmer climate zones 9 through 11, but for whatever reason they always survive. So what I do, I just leave it alone. You could see the foliage here. Layers, I noticed if I didn't cut it back, they do come back. So what I did, I just leave it alone, so that way I don't have to buy more Supertunia come next season, right? And I have a large area where you just want to put some blooming flowers there. These are perfect. They bloom from summer into fall, and the blooms are spectacular. They're outstanding. I'll put some on the screen for you, and they cover a large area. Okay, they do spread out, and I do have the tag here, so I can probably show you how far they do spread out. Hold on. Alrighty, so it says they're annuals except in zone 10 to 11, and the height is 12 to 24 inches, and they're hardy from when you plant them to the hard frost. So as I said to you, these are your money well spent, and they prefer full to part sun, and the spacing is 18 inches to 32 inches. So that shows you they actually spread out almost 3 feet. So when you plant these, don't plant them together, they get huge. All right, so this is a must in your garden for 2024. Supertunia, here's a tag from Proven Winners. Supertunia Vista Bubblegum, definitely a must. And if you live in zone 6B or the colder region as I do, I recommend you just leave it alone. Don't trim it, don't do anything, and you may get lucky where it will come back for you. And I'm just talking from my own personal experience where my Supertunia came back and I was so excited about it. Alrighty friends, and here's my next pick, Corabels or Heuchera. I absolutely love these, and it's winter, and you see it gives you winter interest, right? You can see the colors. They don't die back to the ground, they maintain their color, and I love this plant so much that I dedicated a spot of the garden to it. So come spring, I'll be continuing my process of my racks go around here, and I'll be getting more Corabels to add to my collection. I'll probably extend it all the way up here, so that's gonna look beautiful. So this is a must in your garden. They're low maintenance, they're easy to grow, and it gives you color all year around. And I just want to show this to you. Look at the iris, the Dutch iris coming up there already. Not sure if you saw my video where I planted Dutch iris between the Corabels, but I'm so excited to see them. Here you are, look. Do you see those spikes? Yeah. So I'm so excited. I can't wait for spring when everything will just come to life. And if you've been following me, you actually see the process with that. So anyway, so I wanted to stress to you, Corabels is a must in your garden for 2024. They come in all different colors. They're easy to grow, and they add color, texture throughout your garden all the way into winter. We're in winter, and look at this in front of us. Another perennial I strongly recommend is Lupine. So here it is. And you can still see the foliage is green. It is such a strong perennial to have in your garden. Absolutely gorgeous. And your lupine, it survives down to negative 30 degrees, and it will bloom late spring to midsummer. Looks like it dies back to the ground. You don't have to do anything with it, except you could just take out this stick part of it. It comes right out, but it comes right back up in the spring for you. Absolutely gorgeous, and they're great for you to harvest the seeds and get more lupine. So I have some lupine seeds inside. I'll be actually doing winter sowing with them just to get more lupine. All right friends, so here is this plant here. I'm a little bit confused about this, but I'm putting it on my list because it's winter. And look at this, we have blooms in winter. This is a sweet alyssum, and I planted this. I think the seeds were from the dollar store, and I'll show you how I planted it. Just look at that. I put the seeds in this pot, okay? The seeds are in this small pot. There you go. And it just grew, and look, I think that's probably the only thing that's blooming in the garden. So I don't know, so I'm gonna put this on my list. And I've tried sweet alyssum before, but I've planted them in the ground and nothing spectacular happened. But for whatever reason, in the pot, as you can see, here it is. we're in winter and this is still blooming. It's beautiful. So that's why I'm adding this to my list. It's a must in my garden, and I love how it spills over the edge here, and it's not taking up any space. It's in a small concrete pot. Look how small the pot is. Just look at that, right? So I like how it spill over. So I'm gonna be definitely adding more of this in the garden in 2024. And I think your sweet alyssum, I think it's an annual, I'm not sure. I have a perennial in different areas, but I'm gonna go back to the dollar store and look for the same one and plant it again. All right, and it grew easily. I did not have to plant it from inside. I planted in the pot outside, and that was it. So anyway, friends, I just wanted to share with you my picks for 2024 that you should definitely put in your garden, just from my own experience. All right, and remember to take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, cheers.